Are you looking for a podcast about if that princess should really be slayed?
Then you must be thinking of another podcast. What's up?
What's up?
Kelsey?
What's up, Robert? It's so great to see a face on a Monday.
Like always.
Like always.
Guarantee.
It's YMBToAP. It's forever and always and always and forever.
That is what we do.
Welcome back.
What's going on with it, man?
What's going on? How's your week been?
It's actually been pretty busy. It's the end of the month. It's usually busy time stuff.
Yeah.
But I've been soothing myself with many
self-soothing with this gigantic Dr. Pepper.
But even though I have that, if you wanna.
Oh, I wanna. I've been saving myself for the good Lord and Savior Diet Coke.
Well, so this is my last Dr. Pepper. I just bought a case. No, I just bought a 12-pack, and I was like, where are they at? I have to save this one for that. Therefore, I must supplement with these.
Yeah, I'm almost out of Diet Coke, actually. I bought like a 24-pack like a month ago.
Yeah.
It's getting down to the end of it. I'm like,
I will tell you this, though.
Tell me.
We just went to the store real quick, and I was like, well, I'll look for the coconut because apparently it's like, on its way out already. There were 2 cases and I bought both cases.
Good. All right. You don't even
literally
like it.
Went like, I'm having those. And I just like full armed. I just took them.
Good.
And if anybody had been like, oh, wait, can I have one? I'd have been like, no.
No. Should have been here earlier. It's like Furby mania all over again.
Yeah. Let's do this though.
Let's do this.
You know what I want though?
Tell me what you want.
Can we get on the Guinness train?
Oh man, I would love to get on the Guinness train.
I miss having those.
I do too.
On these a bit.
Nice thick pour. I love the sound of a thick beer pouring into glass.
Man, I need to get some of the Ribena stuff though.
Mm-hmm. Tell me if you can find one that's not like 48 ounces because
I can't.
Yeah, that bottle I got from Amazon, like it was like within a week of opening it, and I had it for roughly a month and was like, I have to throw this out or I'm going to get sick.
I will look, but I bet it's not going to happen.
It's the most delicious syrup, but only when you mix it with the Guinness. Like I tried it with just seltzer. It was it was so fruit. And I tried it by itself and it was so fruit. It's too much.
I found one that's smaller, but it's a pack of 3.
See, yeah, like you can't just get how big are they though? Because if you have one and I have one,
28, like 29 ounces.
That's still quite big.
It is.
It's large. I don't need that much.
Here's one for $12. It's 1.5 liters. That's
also big.
Smaller. Wait, 850 milliliters?
I have no concept of what size it is. I'm a red-blooded American.
But I think that's the small one. There we go. It even looks small. Looks small.
It's less than a quarter of a gallon. Which
is
30
ounces. Okay.
30 ounces.
Okay, so it's not even $10 for just about 29 ounces. 29 fluid ounces.
Okay, we could do that.
That's not bad.
Same one? Is that the same one as we just rejected? I can't remember at this point.
Yeah, it is. But that one was a pack of 3. This is just one.
Just one.
Like, I just need one.
You should get one for the next mom night.
I should. God, I miss it. I miss it. Okay.
I miss it.
So anyway,
I have been watching one of my favorite reality TV shows as of late. It is Survivor. This show I've been watching since I was 9 or 10, like since the first
since it started.
Yeah, since the first episode aired, but I think in 99. I've grown up with this show, and I always have like this pipe dream of like I could go on Survivor. I could do it. I could manage, but it's a lot. It was originally a 39-day challenge where you're like living on your own on the island or whatever with 39 days, and you had to like do your own food and water and all that kind of stuff. Like they provide you with some of it, but not all of it, and not always.
Yeah.
In recent seasons, they've pared it down to 26 days, so it's much less time. Still significant, it's almost 4 weeks, but
Yeah.
it is less time. And I I mean, I always watch from the comfort of my couch, and I'm always like critiquing the players on the stuff that they do. The season finale for this one just happened, and so that's why it's fresh
Okay.
in my mind. Um, but yeah, I'm always like armchair playing on the couch, being like, "Oh, I would have played that Immunity Idol. I wouldn't have gone home. You guys are all
Oh my god.
dumb, and I'm better than you. I would have played that so right." But I know in my heart of hearts, like it's got to be a difficult game to be
Oh
out
yeah.
there, and that's why I don't go on Survivor. Like that's why I haven't ever tried out for it, despite it being one of my favorite things to watch and favorite things to daydream about.
Is that the one where the girl put the watermelon in the slingshot and it
No,
came back and beamed her in the face?
that's Amazing Race.
Oh, okay.
But they're like sister shows. They're very close. They used to air like back to back on
Okay.
CBS back in the day. Um,
I didn't watch those.
I watched them all the time. Like that was our family shit growing up. It used to come on Thursday nights. It would be Survivor first, and then Amazing Race next, and we would watch them back to back with like popcorn and everything. And it was the days before
Wow.
TiVo.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, a commercial would come on, and everyone's like, "Oh, bathroom break," and you got to run to the
Gotta
bathroom, run
piss.
back. Oh man, I was thinking about
Okay.
that the other day. Just like a weird part of me misses the fact that like my bathroom breaks used to have to be timed to the commercials and be like, I
Yeah.
gotta pee before this next part comes back, or I'm gonna miss it. But I don't know why. Just an old fogey.
Because it's fun.
It's fun. A
It's
little
fun to
race.
challenge the way you watch stuff.
Yeah. Put parameters around yourself for no reason. It's a good time.
Yeah, it's like when you like queue up for a game. You're like, all right, I'm gonna hit Q, but I'm gonna go try to pee, and hopefully I don't get kicked out of the match or something. So you're like,
Yes.
shoom, you run for it. It's
Exactly.
fun.
So this past season of Survivor, there was a player on there who was very near and dear to my heart. His name was Ben, and
Okay.
he was just an absolute goofball, just a total a total weirdo. He's always just like, that totally rocks. And
Oh my god. Okay.
he called challenges like rockalicious, psychedelic, totally tripadoodle. He would come up with just the
Tripadoodle.
strangest words, and just he was always very much like not apologetic of being himself, which is kind of how I
Yeah.
strive to live my own life, Um, but throughout the years of Survivor, there have been people that I have pointed to and been like, that's why I'm not going on Survivor, because there's people that I see like me, like people that are like overweight go on, they struggle because they're overweight and like they can't, get up the ladder or whatever. Or
Yeah.
there's people that have allergies and they can't fucking eat
See,
coconut.
that would kill me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, it's pollen outside. I'm just outside.
My biggest thing about it was like, I don't want the bugs and the diseases, because there's been seasons where
Yeah, I
like
don't do bugs.
everyone gets staph infection or something.
Ugh.
Yeah. So I mean, they've gotten a lot better about it in recent years, and they have controls and parameters in place for that kind of stuff to where it's not as bad as it used to be. But
Yeah.
there's still the off possibility. Like there was one season where a girl got a worm in her ear, and like it
Okay.
didn't come out. Like they almost had to medevac her, but they ended up getting it out, I think. But yeah, so every year I'm watching and I'm always making
Yeah, no
excuses
thanks.
for myself to like, I can't go on Survivor because of this, because of that. And my biggest sticking point, like I think I've been able to see players on Survivor, like you've seen overweight people get on there and win and just totally like boss through all the challenges and be
Yeah.
amazing social players. And I've seen people like with anxiety disorders. Like that was another thing for me. I was like, man, I would just feel like everyone's out to get me all the time. And
Yeah.
I've seen people get on and go through all that, and they're fine and they do it. And like it's been tearing down the walls in my head slowly of like, why don't I get on Survivor? But my latest sticking point, watching Ben play this season, he had really bad night terrors.
Okay.
Which I've been very open about like my journey with that. Like I've been on trazodone to stop nighttime
Yeah.
anxiety and to help me sleep through the night, because I, for the past few years, like, have just had such bad night anxiety that I wake up screaming in the middle of the night. I have a lot of sleep paralysis problems. I have been in situations like, for a very long time, I thought that I was going through psychosis or I was going
Yeah.
to get schizophrenia. I thought I was actively losing my mind. It's the scariest shit I've ever been through. And
Yeah.
like, I can describe it all day. I don't think it does justice really to like what the actual experience has been like. Ben's experiencing this out on the island, and he's got a friend out there. Her name is Kenzie, and
Okay.
she just like every time he wakes up in the middle of the night, and the cameras like they film 24/7. They're always on. They're just watching the
Yeah.
guys as they're sleeping. He'll wake up just being like, "Oh shit," oh, and like screaming and looking for shit that isn't there. And Kenzie, this sweetheart, is just there and like holds him through it, like holds his hand and is like, "You're
Aw.
gonna be okay." And they'll, take a lap around the beach. And she's like, "Do you want to
Yeah.
get a drink of water? Do you want to talk about what you had a dream about? Tell me like how everything is at home." And she's just been like a beacon of light for him.
Yeah.
And it's it was incredible to watch him play. And he ended up getting to the final three with his
Okay.
friend Kenzie. And Kenzie did end up winning the $1 million because of her social game and just being like, a friend
Yeah.
to everybody and a friend especially to Ben. But like, I'm watching all these people with all the exact same shit that I'm going through go play Survivor and go win $1 million.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing far worse people get up on the TV and just be absolutely terrible at the game and not know what they're doing and just be rude to people. And they still get further than I
Then
always
you would
thought that
think.
I would get.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, why don't I just apply to Survivor? So that's where I'm at right now. I am in the process of looking into applying.
Thinking about getting into Survivor.
Yeah, because I'm not old, but I'm older than most Survivor players.
Yeah.
I'm at a good age right now where if I went on within the next couple of years, it could be fine. I'm not old
Yeah.
enough to like fall and break a hip yet, knock on fucking wood.
See, I was always too young, but I always wanted to do Fear Factor. I
Oh,
always was like, I could totally nail Fear Factor until there's spiders.
yeah. I don't
Oh,
like
dude, I'll
any of
eat
that.
that shit, dude. I'll
Why?
fucking just, cause, dude, I just eat it. You just, blah, 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 blah.
Just ate it. No, I don't want to do that.
But money, and I won. Like,
What was the prize on Fear
yeah,
Factor?
I don't even remember.
I don't either. I don't think it was enough. I don't think it was like $1 million. I think it's like,
Do you know how much I think about this one thing on Fear Factor?
about what?
At the very end, the last thing they had to do, they just had to. It was basically a physics test, kind of. They had to ride a bicycle across a board that was maybe like 3 inches wide.
Oh my God.
And I mean, they were like hooked up to things so that when they fell, they'd be caught and stuff,
Yeah.
right? But like everybody's going like really slow and then they jerk and fall off. The guy that won, he literally just like took off full speed and just like coasted across the board.
It's what you
And I was
gotta
like,
do.
that's so brilliant,
You gotta
dude. And
just,
I think about it all the time.
you gotta whole hog shit. You have to just go straight into stuff sometimes.
Well, like, there's no room for error when you're going
Yeah.
that fast. Like, as long as you start right, by the time you start to veer off course, you've already passed it.
Your body knows what to do.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But like when you're just standing there, there's tons of room to wiggle and then
Yeah, like,
fall.
oh, I'm gonna fall. Oh no.
So
Yeah.
see, that's the thing. You've been wiggling and falling by not getting on the show.
Yeah,
It's time for you to
exactly.
just go across the
I'm
board,
just
Kelsey.
gonna apply. Like
Get on the damn show.
there are millions of people that apply every single
Oh yeah.
year. So like drop in the bucket, but I'm gonna put my name out there. Why not? I'm
Do it.
fun. I'm cool.
We just gotta put 4 shows in the bag, so you got a month off to go be on Survivor.
Yeah, exactly. It's not hard.
Be like, if you put me on Survivor, I just need to record 4 interludes real quick, and then I'll be on my way. They'll be
They
like, what?
They have a Survivor after show where they invite like contestants on a podcast to go talk about their experience and stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that could be me. I could
See?
be on this show. I could produce it.
See?
I'm just gonna start being delusional. Like that's the solution.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how everything gets done. Just be
Yeah.
delusional and then it works.
That's all.
That's how it goes. Didn't you just tell me this on the last one? The whole no, like you sent me the TikTok about it. The whole like manifesting girl thing. Like
Yes. Yeah. The
everything
manifesting
that
science.
exists because you made it exist.
Yes. Like
Make it exist, Kelsey.
make it exist. Why not? Yeah. All you gotta do is believe. That's step one.
That's right.
So heck yeah. I also just want to change topics entirely. Let's talk about mold.
Mold.
I don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it. So
Yeah, we gotta.
I don't know if I mentioned this in the show before, but there was like a patch of ceiling in my house that like had some gray spots on it. And it's like up
Okay.
in the room where like I have the high ceiling, And so I couldn't see it really well. And I couldn't like get a look at it or like swipe
like
it to do.
the game room where you just did the lights?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But like up above my work desk. So on the other side of that room.
Okay.
But yeah, there was like just spots up there. And we called out a guy to see if it was mold. And he like did a moisture test on the ceiling and was like, well, it's dry. So if it was mold, it's not living anymore because mold needs moisture to like survive. So
Okay.
because if you get a mold test done, there's a whole fucking process. Like if you have a company come out and test your home for mold, if they find mold, they have to report it to like the state, and then they have to put it on your house permanent record and say like this house
Oh my
had
God.
mold.
Okay.
And then you have to have like the state will continue to follow up with you until you have mold remediation done. And mold remediation can be upwards of like $40,000.
I was like, that's the whole King of the Hill episode all over again.
Yes, it's a whole process. So the guy was kind enough to not test for mold. He told us all this when he came out forever ago and was like,
Okay.
I'm not going to actually test it, but I don't think it's mold. And if you just go get this spray from Home Depot called like Mold Be Gone or whatever, I forget.
That's funny. I was about to say that. Okay.
So we got the spray and like sprayed it on there. And he was like, if you spray that and it grows, then call us back. But otherwise, I think you're going to be fine. And we sprayed it and it didn't grow and we were fine. So it's been a few months since all that went down. And just a couple days ago, Richard was just like walking through the house and he's a tall man. And he just looked up and noticed like just above our door where one of the air vents from the HVAC comes into the master bedroom.
Okay.
You're already sighing. He saw these little black specks on there.
Okay.
And he was like, is that mold? And I was like, I don't think so. It might be dirt.
Yeah.
Like, no, it looks moldy. So he goes and like pops the vent off with a little a drill. He goes and gets a mask and a headlamp because he has all this equipment because he's a prepared man, and takes off the vent cover and he looks inside and sees like stuff that shouldn't be in the vent. Not like a obscene amount of nastiness, but like there's definitely discoloration, and the vents, I mean, when characters in movies are crawling through vents, they're always so clean,
Yeah, that's not real ever.
No.
They're going to be so dusty.
They're so dusty. Yeah,
Yeah.
our vents have never been cleaned before, and that's a service
Whose
that
vents
companies
have?
Yeah, like companies do come out and clean your vents sometimes if you pay money for that service. But we never got it done because like I've never had that done in my home growing up because it doesn't seem like a necessary service. Like maybe if there's a rat that has died in there or something, you might have it cleaned. But
Do you know what I really want to do though?
Tell me.
I want to get one of those things you put on the drill and go in the fucking dryer vent and fucking thwack some dryer shit out. I want to do that so bad.
Okay.
I would imagine it's the same when they clean the vents. They just put something in there that just kind of like knocks everything out and blows it out,
I have no idea how a vent cleaning process would go. I kind of want to ask the company. So after he peeled that off and was like, "This is definitely mold," we called another company and I called this lady, called
Okay.
this fucking lady, and I was like, "Hi, I think we just found mold in our vents," and she was like, "Oh, you want us to come out?" And I was like, "Yeah, that would be good."
Okay.
And she's like,
Yeah,
"Okay, I'll get
that'd
you
be
on the
nice.
schedule for tomorrow." And I was like, "Cool,
Okay.
thank you." So a dude comes out and is like, "Hey, I'm here to look at your vents." And I was like, "Okay, awesome." And show him like, "This is the problem vent." And then he's like, "Well, so I was like, "Hey, do you think this is mold? Like that's why we called y'all to see if this is mold." And he was like, "Oh, I
Yeah.
don't like test for mold." And I was like, "But
Then
I,
what's your point of being here?
yeah, I called your company and I was like, I think we have mold. Can you come look at it?" And the lady was like, "Yeah." And now you're here. He's like, "No, we don't do that. We just like clean vents." I'm like,
I didn't ask
"Okay."
you for that,
I didn't
but
ask
go
for
ahead and
the
clean them.
service. Yeah, I was like, "Well, I guess give me a quote for like what it would cost to clean the vents." Um, I'm gonna ask you what you would pay for that service for somebody to come out and clean out your HVAC
Like,
vents.
what would I give somebody?
What do you what would you give somebody,
Yeah,
and then
okay.
what do you think they're charging?
What would I give somebody? Like 200, $250 probably. I think
Okay,
that's acceptable. I think that's a decent
sure.
enough thing. How much are they charging? Like 1,000 probably.
All right. So I expected the service to cost between $2,000 and $3,000 because
Ooh,
having had home repairs done before, fucking nothing is as cheap as you ever think it's going to be.
yeah,
And I asked another friend of mine, and they said also that they thought 200 was a fair price. And I was like, I don't know if these guys are highballing me or if I'm lowballing myself. I thought that
yeah,
it was going to be like 2 grand. He quoted
okay,
us at like $800, which
yeah, okay.
not bad.
I th- I think that's higher than I would want, but I think that's okay.
It's less than mold remediation, that's
Yeah,
for sure. So I don't know. We're still like living in limbo right now because it's not actively sporing. Like there's not just black stuff coming out of our
yeah,
walls or anything. It was just like there's some gross stuff in the vent, and we're kind of worried about it. Um, but yeah, so we have a couple of companies coming out tomorrow. The dude also said while he was here, he was like, "So I've noticed that your what do you call them? Like the vents inside the thing are kind of
okay,
separated from the actual ducts that are on the wall. So when that happens, like air from the attic, hot air from the attic, the Texas heat that is coming down is
yeah,
mixing with like the cold air from your HVAC and creating condensation. And the
yeah,
condensation is creating moisture, which is a prime
which could be mold.
environment for mold to grow in. So
Okay,
I guess this is a more common problem than I thought because Richard and I are both freaking out like, "Oh God, we have mold. We're going to have a whole mold remediation thing. We're going to have to move the cats out and go somewhere."
yeah,
But apparently this happens like quite frequently because Richard was complaining like to some coworkers of his, and his coworkers were like, "Yeah, I've had that in my house. Like just fix the vents and like get it cleaned and it's going to be fine."
yeah,
So it's just another fucking expense. Like, I'm
yeah.
tired. It's always something. I am privileged to own a home, but it fucking sucks sometimes because, like, it's literally just that movie Money Pit where you're just like constantly
Oh
like, "Let
yeah,
me fill this shit up with all my paycheck." Like, I get my paycheck, it bounces out of my account and into whatever credit line that I have that's going to improve whatever is happening in this home.
yeah.
It's so frustrating and I'm so tired because it is constant. It's always and forever.
That's why you always hear lately, don't own a home.
Don't own a home. Like it's nice because I have the ability to do whatever I want. I can paint the walls whatever. I can knock out a wall because it's my house and I do what I want,
Yeah,
you know? But at the same time, like I just keep paying money into it and it just keeps falling apart. Like
yeah,
every time I fix one thing, a new it's like the Hydra. You cut off one head and another three go back in its place.
yeah.
It's just always something.
Well, I will say, I looked up the vent cleaning stuff, and it said can cost anywhere from 800 to 22. So that was on the low
Okay,
end.
good. So I'll probably end up
But
going with that company, but we're still going to get close
then
anyway.
Reddit right down here says 550 to 750. So
All right.
I'll
It's
come do it
just
for 200.
okay. Yeah, crawl in there. Just put some Swiffers. We'll attach Swiffers to every part of your body.
Yeah.
Then you just go
And
in
then I
there and
just
fucking do a death roll.
Yeah, that'd be great. I was also looking at pictures of the dryer cleaning stuff. I can't like you've never seen those?
I don't think so.
You put like a snake on your drill that's attached to like a big brush, and then you shove the brush in there and you pull the drill and it just fucking whips that brush around and you break all the stuff out. I'm gonna send you some TikToks, man. It's
Yeah, send me
satisfying.
some TikToks. So like
Satisfying.
I know that the hose on the back of the dryer goes out of my house. Like there's the vent on the outside. I
Yeah.
can see how that part works. Does the snake go into the dryer?
No, because that pipe is pretty long that goes like from where you plug it in to what leaves the house. And so I guess you got to clean that out sometimes. Because
No.
I mean, you can't really see that
It's
right
not
there.
long for me. It's pretty short. Like it's just like through
So
the brick
like if you
wall.
were to like pop it out, you could just look outside.
Yeah.
Oh well, then you knew. Then you'll never need this.
Good. Okay.
Like, yeah, because the longest part for you is probably just the little metal thing that connects from the dryer to the wall, and you can
Yeah,
always
because
just
that thing is
take those off and throw them away.
fucking long. I hate how long that thing is.
Yeah, you can just buy those and get a new one. You
Cut it
know,
in
for
half.
like 10 cents. Why not?
Why not?
Um. Well, I'm also glad to know that I guess it's not just Taylor that thinks that mold can be everywhere,
Okay.
because ever since we've moved into this place, she keeps going like, "Is that mold? Is that mold? Is that mold?" And I've never been that worried about mold
See,
before.
there was like a time in the late 90s, early aughts where there was this family in like Arkansas, West Virginia, or something like that, where
Is
they
this the
let,
black mold stuff?
they like let
Okay.
their whole house just get covered in black mold, and they just breathed it in over the course of like 8 months, and then they all
Yeah.
died. And that hit the news, and everyone was like, mold is bad, mold is everywhere, mold will kill you in the
Yeah.
night.
Because I remember black mold,
Yeah.
but I've never really been that concerned, roughly, right?
I am on Taylor's side. I think everything is black mold all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, because since we've been here, that's what she thought. But so in the ongoing saga that this place sucks all the booty,
Yeah.
right? We came home. So as we're recording this, this is the day that it all went down. Like it all happened today
Oh,
for
okay.
me. Yesterday we came home and I wanted something from under the sink, and I picked something up and was like, "It's wet." I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "I thought it was wet down here, but every time I look, it's dry."
that is
Right?
the worst.
So I opened it up and I start pulling stuff out, and under the sink is literally filled with water.
My least favorite problem is unexpected wet. Like,
Yeah,
not a good time.
literally so much wet.
So much wet.
So and Taylor didn't even bring up the mold. I did in this case. But so I get everything, and so basically the garbage disposal, whenever
Yeah.
water would come in, it would literally just pour straight out the bottom.
Awesome. Love that. Good
Phenomenal.
ingenuity design. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
So I turned off all the water, but then one of the pipes in the back, it was just still leaking. The water's off. So like where it's just connecting was leaking. And we went through like 5 towels,
Oh man.
just pulling out water, throwing them in the washing machine, pulling out water, washing machine. And so I finally get it all done. I was like, I'll call them in the morning, which was this morning. And I left a towel in overnight, completely drenched when I woke up. And I got a fan all in there and did all the stuff. And I called the guy out. And I was like, I mean, I guess there could be mold. But like, what I saw, I didn't think was mold. But like,
Okay.
it could be. And I can't
Yeah.
say no, you know?
Right.
So the guy comes out. He replaces the garbage disposal, fixes the leak to the thing. It was so fucking rude about it too, man.
Of course he
Like,
was.
I
Maintenance man.
fucking go. He goes like, so I'm in here trying to work because, like I said, it's busy right now. I got shit to do.
Yeah.
And the guy goes like, okay, bye. And I was like, well, what'd you do? Like, what happened? Oh, we fixed the garbage disposal. It's fine. And I was like, what about the leak in the thing on the wall? What? You want to see it? And I
Yeah, I
was
want to
like,
see it.
kind of. I would like to know. So he like goes with the flashlight. Good. And I go, okay, what about what could be mold? Like, I don't know what this is. Cause like where the little pegs are that like you put the little things in and then you can like put shelves in there.
Yeah.
There was like stuff coming out of a couple of them, but it looked to me more like insulation type stuff.
Okay.
Like to me, it didn't look like mold. Like everything I've ever looked up for mold,
Mm-hmm.
because I even Googled like mold under your sink pics, right?
Yeah.
None of this looked like what I had seen. So I just really didn't think it was, but I can't know. I don't know mold.
Yeah.
You
Like
know?
I'm not a mold expert. I don't know what's gonna look like in the wild.
I know. So I just go like, well, what about the stuff that could be mold? And like he's already like walking out and he goes, that's no mold. You ever seen mold? And I go, no. And then my brain goes, because I've never lived in a place as dirty as this motherfucker. And then he goes, mold is like that's not mold because mold it's like bigger, you know? And yeah.
Yeah.
And then he fucking walked out the door and left me there.
Cool. Mold
So I'm
expert.
like, phenomenal. Sure. So I called my dad and was like,
Like you do.
is this mold? And
Yeah.
he goes, I don't think so.
The amount of times I would just send my dad pictures of stuff around the house, like, is this gonna
Yeah.
kill me?
Yeah. I was just like, is this mold? And he goes, I don't think so. But like, if you want to make sure, go buy some bleach. But now I know I could get mold be gone.
Yeah.
He was like, just go buy a little thing of bleach for like $1, get a little spray bottle. Like I went to Dollar Tree and left for like $2.61, I think was the price for a
Hell yeah.
big tub of bleach and a spray bottle. And he's like, and just spray it because that'll fucking kill it.
God bless Dollar Tree.
And so I'm just like, I sprayed the fuck out of the whole thing, and I have the fan in there so it dries out.
Nice.
Sprayed again, dried it out. And so I went really hard like before we came in here. So if the dog's locked away, because I don't want them just in there huffing bleach, you know.
Did dogs huff bleach in the same way that cats do? Because every
No.
time I bust out the bleach,
Hayden don't
dude,
give a shit about it. He hasn't looked over there all day.
I don't understand what my cat's obsession with bleach is. Like every time I've sprayed down something with bleach, wiped it off, I have to wipe it off real damn good because the cats are just
Yeah.
like, "What's that smell? You ready to party?" And they just get in there and like roll around and
Like-
get crazy.
You had called me earlier today, pre us doing all the recordings, and you
Uh-huh.
heard me spray the bleach. Like I have such an averse reaction to bleach.
Yeah.
I hate it, dude.
He was unwell.
And like I doused it big time before we came in here, and I'm just like spraying it. But like I've doused it plenty. This fan's been on since it's been on for like 12 hours. It's got to be bone dry in there.
It better be.
So I think we're good. But like this place has been so fucking shit. I am very seriously debating selling a body part for money
Oh God.
to break this lease and escape.
Really?
I don't think like Taylor hates it here, and I know
Yeah.
that.
Are you guys
And
locked in for a year?
Yeah. And I'm like, I can suffer. Like I can make it work. Like Taylor hates how small it is because like everywhere we go, she's either knocking into a door frame or knocking into me because you can't exist in the same room as another human. Like you literally can't. And I'm like, I'll survive. But that kind of shit where like I'm just gonna come home and the sink is full of water,
Yeah, it's not.
which actually
fun.
led to like these little gnat bug things.
Those suck. I hate that.
Like I killed so many. They're all gone, I think. Like I haven't seen any since the bleaching, the great bleaching.
The great bleaching. Okay.
You know? But like I actually don't know that I can like that, like I can do it now.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to figure out a way to escape. I don't think I can do it. I literally sat here today and I was like, this is the best I can do right now. Like, this is how I'm going to live.
Ugh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you had an apartment in college or something where you were like,
Oh, yeah.
this is not who I am.
No.
Like, this place is beneath how I should be living.
Bruh, I had...
Like, I know you know.
I
struggle.
know. Like, I don't even want to say it out loud, but like, it pains me to admit I had lice, I had bed bugs, and I had scabies all at the same time because this
Good
one
Lord.
apartment was so fucking...
The trifecta.
It was the worst time. Like, I don't know if you ever had scabies. Don't get it. It's
Yes,
like
I have.
it is a like Titanic steerage level disease, and it makes you feel horrible because it's just like bugs in your skin, just like crawling around, laying eggs and shit. And you have to like get that horrible cream and just be head to toe and just be in the cream for like, I don't know,
cream,
3 hours, and then you wipe it off and you're done. But
yeah,
it's not a good time. And yeah, we had all that at once, and then we had like a cockroach infestation because the apartment was just not sealed. But it was $500, and we were poor.
$500 fucking dollars.
Yeah,
phenomenal.
$500. It was so good. Like, we stayed there for 2 years because that's all we could
dude.
I miss
like I want that.
Yeah, like I'll live with the bugs. It's fine.
Like, Jesus.
All bills were paid in that apartment too. It was $500.
Wow. The cheapest place we ever had was $990 something, I think. Like, just under, dude. If I could get a 1-bedroom under $1,000 again, I'd fucking downsize so hard and live for under $1,000.
Yeah,
because like a 1-bedroom now is like 1,500.
I really want to like look up my old apartment and see what they're going for now, because they're not really improved.
Oh, like, yeah.
The windows didn't latch, the door didn't lock. It was not a good place.
Bro, I told you about mine, right? The one that I was at before we went to my parents. We had a garage, that yard, fucking 2 bedrooms, giant fucking kitchen. The rooms were massive. That place was phenomenal. And the garage alone.
Yeah.
That was $1,460.
That's so cheap.
And I thought that was horribly expensive at the time.
Ugh.
And then we moved out to take care of my mom, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, how much is it now? We had just moved out. It went from $1,400 to $2,200. That's in like a month.
That's what happened with us too. Like, when we moved to that nice apartment in Carrollton, we lived there for I think 2 years, and then they were like, guess what, rent's gonna go up $600, and we were like, we can't afford that. Goodbye.
Jesus.
Yeah,
living is hard.
It sucks.
And it sucks, and mold is everywhere.
Mold
and it's
is
stupid
everywhere.
But I bleached the hell out of this, so
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Good.
But now I'm just pissed off, and I don't want to do it. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Like, now I'm just like, I don't think I want to do it.
It's the principle of the thing. Like,
kind of. And I don't know. I gotta figure it out. I'm debating things. How many toes I can sell and stuff, you know? How many toes can I sell and the feet pics are still worth money?
I think the more you sell, the more they're worth.
Okay. But so, yeah, I got to figure that out. So with that, would you like to take a quick break? Let's cool down. We'll come back, have some fun.
Yes,
come back, have some fun. Let's do that, man.
Oh, you think you know what happened to me? Look, I'm back, and I'm about to unearth all the secrets in Old Cove. So do a little refresher on Season 1 and get caught up before Season 2 arrives. Trust and believe. You don't want to miss what's coming.
Welcome to Severed, a podcast suite that offers a rotation of content centered around true crime to paranormal cases. Severed True Crime covers high to low profile true crime cases like the Westfield Watcher, The Staircase, The Keepers, and other binge-worthy favorites on Netflix. Severed Paranormal peers into the corner moon windows of the Amityville Horror House, the Conjuring House, and other mysterious cases, locations, and urban legends.
I'm Harry Chambers.
And I'm Drew Hudson. We want you along for this investigative and haunting roundup. Scare you soon.
If you guys are digging this, if you're digging this show, you want a little bit more, you can go on over to the Patreon, man. You go over there, get you hours and hours of content. What happened? You're muted.
Oh no, I'm back.
You did it yourself. It told me I couldn't unmute you.
I forgot to mute it myself.
It was like, you can't do that. They chose to.
Illegal.
Hey, do you ever do this, man? Do you ever do this?
Do what?
Hang on, guys. Ad break in 1 second.
Okay.
Do you ever do this, man?
Do you ever do what?
I'll be in a Teams meeting, like at work, right?
Okay.
And I mute people. I straight up just right click and mute people. And then I've had people like come back in and be like, I don't know why I was muted. I was like, oh, well, you were loud a second ago. I muted you.
I definitely have done that, especially if somebody's just
It's
like,
so much fun.
there's a child in the background or like they're
Yes.
washing their sink or something. I don't like just
Yeah, I'm helping you.
yeah.
Don't get mad at me because you got muted after you was loud for a long time.
Control
You know?
your own noise. I don't control you
Exactly.
until I do.
So anyway, if you're loving this episode, but you do want more, right? Go on over to the Patreon. For a low $2, you can get into the Discord. For $5, you can get the pre-ramble, which is a little mini show we do before this one, right? So you can get
Mhm.
2 shows a week. But if you go $10, you get the 2 shows a week plus 1 a month, where we do a little extra special something. We do a quick deep dive on a movie. And typically when we do those now, you watch it with us. We watch
Yeah.
it right there, react to it in real time, and then you get to talk to us about it after. And sometimes we do community events where we watch it live with you. Like we just hang out with you and do
It's a good
whatever,
time.
you know? So go on over to patreon.com/YMBToAP. Sign up to be a patron. Should you so choose, there is so much content in the backlog to go
So
through.
much.
It's going to take you a long time.
I
Okay?
think if you probably listened to all of our preambles back to back to back to back, you would still be there for a week, 2.
Dude, it took us 5 years to make it all. So imagine listening to it, all right?
Yeah.
It'll be a while. It's going to be a while. But don't forget to go check out our new website. It's very cool. It's green and yellow as we do. You can go check out our cool photos we got up there. You go check out our playlist of all the different shows that we got. Learn a little bit about us. It's a good place. But then go check out Redbubble, because Redbubble is where you can get some merch. And we actually just dropped a new piece of merch, which
We
is an old piece of
did.
merch that people wanted to see come back. So
Yes.
if you guys are older listeners, there's something that you remember, maybe you want to see it again. You never
Let
know.
us know.
Let us know. I mean, we might even be able to drop it onto some shirts at some point. It is Redbubble. We can do that stuff. But we got to know what you want. You know,
Yes.
we got to know what to open up for you guys. So
What mineral do
feel
you
free to
crave?
let us know. We need to come up with a mineral shirt. We used to say that a lot. But, you know, go check that out. Get you some neat stuff. We got tons of stickers on there. We know that we love our stickers. This is still my favorite guy right here. He's the Every Monday guy. I love him
This guy.
because I love the Every Monday. I
He's
believe
just
in
so
that, man.
cute.
That's what I believe in. But again, thank you to all of our supporters, whether you just listen to us for free, whether you're in the Patreon supporting us that way. We love you guys so much. We want to continue making good content for you, and we love you. So with that, well, we're actually, I didn't think we'd have to be here,
I know.
but
me
we do
either.
have to be here.
We do have to be here.
We said that if by July,
4th of July.
we said 4th of July weekend, if we got 3 new patrons and or upgrades, we would do the Hot Ones challenge. And daggum, we got 2 just the other day. Shout out to Mary, and Adrian. So we did get 2. We are 1 away. If you want to see, I mean, I'll be fine. Kelsey's going to get messed up.
Yeah.
So it's really, how much do you want to be mean to Kelsey? And that's just messed up.
If you can't stand me, pay $2 and I'll eat a lot of hot wings.
So we'll get it. I have kind of been itching to do it. It would be my 3rd time, and then I'm done. I'm gonna retire. I'm done with that shit.
I can't
I don't
believe
wanna
you're
do
offering
it.
to do it for a 3rd time.
I always craved a, 3's the magic number, man.
You gotta round it off.
I felt like at some point I would hit it a 3rd time, and what better way than to do it on YMBToAP, you know?
But we still
So-
need that 3rd member. If you want to make
Do need a
this
3rd member.
into this.
Or I guess if you are listening now and you are on a lower tier and you bump up to a higher tier, that would also cinch the win.
Yeah.
So
Get in the
think about it,
zeitgeist.
guys.
Come
Think
hang out up
about it.
there.
But with that, that's your news. We love you guys so much. Let's get you on back to that regularly scheduled content.
I've been playing a video game.
I have no idea what that game is. I don't think.
It's called Kona, and it is a weird little one. So it's kind of a walking simulator, it's a visual novel without the reading, is what I would call it. So you're basically a detective who is called upon by an old friend to come investigate some kind of vandalism that has been
Okay.
befitted upon him. So you go to this old town, and it's a very small Canadian wilderness town. There's only like 5 families that live there or something, like 15 houses, I think. So you go up to the town, and as you're going up there, this absolute maniac just comes like driving up on the road at you, and you crash your
Okay.
car, and a snowstorm happens, and like you wake up in your crashed vehicle and all the snow is all around you, and you're just like trying to survive and then trying to solve a bunch of stuff that's happening. So you find your old friend, but he has been murdered, so you have to
murdered
solve his murder, and you find out like all sorts of stuff about the town. It was a short play. We took
so you beat it. Okay.
Yeah, we played it for 4 or 5 hours probably. It was just like a bite-sized little game. And it's one of those where like, you have to like go to this house and get the key to go into the shed at that other house. You can grab the stuff that you need to build a bridge to go across this river, and like just kind of like gathering different stuff from different places. But as you're going through the town, you keep finding all these like supernaturally frozen bodies. And like as you approach them, you have visions that are like inflicted on you, and you kind of learn about the deaths of all the people in the town, because the whole town has either fled or died. And you can go through like all their stuff. You can read diaries and figure out like what everyone's story was in the town. There's like a doctor's place you can go into and read their medical records to be like, what was going on with this lady? Like, was she pregnant? Was it her husband's kid? Was it not? And just kind of piece together what's going on. And the end of the story is really good. I'm going to go ahead and spoil it here. So if you don't want spoilers for Kona, skip ahead until this thing below me disappears. Okay. But it was, in the end, you find out that like everyone in the town is kind of blackmailing each other for different stuff. So like the doctor is being blackmailed because he's a communist. This takes place in the 70s. So like communism was really fraught. And so the guy that you're going there to help is actually a really bad dude. Like he's kind of a capitalist pig who's destroying the city and kind of keeping everybody under his thumb because he's blackmailing a bunch of people for a bunch of stuff. And the doctor ended up killing your friend because there was this whole like big scheme that you uncover that they were all covering up the death of a native woman, a Cree woman, who they like killed during a hunting accident. So they like buried her body in this like unmarked grave that you end up finding. And the whole game is really like very like supernatural, spiritual type of stuff that you're encountering.
Okay.
And it's just really creepy but well done. And at the very end, you come upon a Wendigo and you have to like kill the Wendigo, which is
Okay.
a good time. But it's like the angry spirit of I'm led to believe that it's the angry spirit of the woman who was wrongfully killed that is inhabiting the Wendigo, and she's just like killing everybody else out of like rage and grief. So
Okay.
it's a good time. It's really fun. It was a short one,
Okay.
and I mean, if you like that type of game, just a walking simulator where you're like going around and kind of collecting different things to get you evidence to the end of the game, it was a good time, and I recommend it. It's a well told story. There's a sequel to it that I haven't played. I don't think it's called Kona 2 or anything. It's just like another game from the same company, separate standalone story. So if this game sounds interesting to you, maybe check out Kona and or its sequel.
Cool beans.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, I'll tell you about something that I've got back into.
Tell me.
I have these, I think, man, I just have thinking moments, right?
It is the human condition.
So we got back into Outlander because me and Taylor were just trying to find something. And because I was watching it with my mom when I was there, but it was like season 1. And I was like, do you want to catch up like where we are? We're in season 7. And I was like, but like it's not complete. And they split it in half. And that next half isn't going to come out till November. Like, are you sure you want to jump into it now?
Yeah.
And she was like, yes, I need it.
Okay.
So we watched the 8 episodes that are in season 7 right now. And first of all, Outlander's fucking great. I did not think I would like that show as much as I do, but I fucking love that show. And then I was telling Taylor, I was like, I think I figured out some thought processes about stuff.
Okay.
Because we are different on TV versus movies.
You and
a
I?
lot of the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and I was sitting there going like, okay, well, see, like if I watched 2 hours of a movie, I walk away and I'm complete.
Okay.
If I watch 2 hours of a TV show,
just getting started, baby.
Yeah, it's not over. Like in 2 hours, I have 2 very different vibes. Right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, when I tell people about a show or a movie, I was like, because I've noticed this. Like, you know, I'm not saying like, ooh, someone like I know these things about me. When I tell you about something, how do I usually sell you on a thing? I sell you an idea.
Yeah.
I sell you a concept.
Yeah,
right?
you come to me with like, this is why you're going to like this because it deals with these themes.
Yeah. But that's what I walk away with when I watch most stuff. Like, I don't usually walk away from anything I've watched going like, I love that person. I mean, I might like a couple characters here and there, and I'm glad they're in their story, but I'm here for that concept, right?
Yeah.
And so I even told Taylor, was like, see, I think that's the difference in why I like Outlander, because in most TV shows, it's really about the characters, but I don't really care about that. I want the concept, and unless the concept is good, you're not going to hook me. Because guess what? I'm not going to finish Fallout, dude. I fall asleep every fucking time. I don't like it.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't care about a single person in that show so far.
You gave it a try.
I did.
You don't care about the ghoul?
Well, nothing's happened with him yet. Like,
I love the ghoul.
So far, he is still just like some dude, and I don't know anything about him, so I don't like him as a character because he's not a character right now.
Okay.
But that's the thing. I told Taylor, like, when I've come to watch Outlander, I go, you want to go watch Jamie? Like, it's the character, right?
Okay.
And I think that's the only reason I'm able to go through 7 fucking seasons of this show, is because I actually do have a character that I'm into.
All right.
And it doesn't happen a lot for me. I need that concept. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, because we talk about like the humans, the way everybody sees the world different. So I'm always minutely things that I do every day, regular basis. One day I'll just be like, let's analyze this task. Like, why do I think about it the way I do? How do I think
Okay.
somebody else would think about it? Like, I think about that shit all the time. And I wanted to watch Outlander, and then it turned into all this. I was all like, it's like the concept, and then like I don't really go to characters, and I was like, but when I say, do you want to watch this? It was because of this guy, and I was like, is that why I don't like TV as much? Because to me, for the amount of time I put in, how complete do I feel? And that's why TV puts me out.
Okay.
You know what I
I
mean?
see. Yeah,
But you crave the deep dive of the people in it.
I do.
But it takes too long to get there for me, and that's my problem.
I love just getting little nuggets at a time. Like I started watching the show called The Righteous Gemstones. I'm only a few episodes in, so like I don't know a whole lot about it yet. But there's this one character who's like a reformed Satanist. So he has this like
Yeah.
upside down cross and a 666 tattooed on his chest.
See, I like him so far.
He lives on this compound with like this super religious family that owns like a super church, like one of those big mega
Yeah.
Baptist places. And I'm just fascinated by this character. He only has like 2 lines per episode, but
Yeah.
both Richard and I are just like, we love Keith. Like he's our best
See?
friend. We would
That's
follow
awesome.
him to the ends of the earth.
Okay, I told you I started watching Yellow Jackets, right?
Yeah.
And how like the world loves it.
Yeah.
Okay. Episode 1, and I mean I talked about this on the show, but just because it gets into the same point, I don't care to watch it again. I watched the whole first show, and to me I got nowhere. Like it just like drug out a mystery that never got started. No one person did anything that like I have no reason to care about the people yet.
Mm.
And then Jason Momoa shows up in that TV show C, and in that same time frame, I instantly feel like I know everything about that dude, and I'm instantly connected with him.
Is it just because it's Jason Momoa, or
No, he has a line. He says one line that instantly makes you understand the whole being of the person.
Okay.
It's because he's the king. He has lost a family or whatever, and when he has his kids, he like comes in and he goes, all I've ever wanted in life was like a family and kids, and then this. And he goes, and I got all of them on the same day, and people are coming to kill us, and I don't even get to have this. And then he turns around to face off his entire tribe that wants to kill the wife and kids.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm sold on that dude now.
All right.
Like, I'm sold on the premise of that person.
Yeah, you need the exposition up front is what you need. You need like a reason to
like, a little
buy
bit.
in.
Yeah, what's the reason?
Yeah.
And for workaholics, it was throwing piss in that guy's face. That was just enough to hook me. But yeah, so we've had this exact discussion a billion times on the show.
Mhm.
And yet I always come back and try to like see from a different side. Well, but what's still different? And that's what I came to this time. And I just thought it was interesting, all because I was looking at Jamie. Because I love Jamie. It's great. So watched Outlander, and that's when I also realized I fucking can't do live TV stuff anymore.
Why?
I gotta wait till November to know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And season 8's not even a thing. No, man.
See,
I
that does
can't
suck.
do this. I can't do this. That's why I didn't want to watch this season.
I know. Like I so badly want you to watch the show Severance because it's like it's really
I do need to watch that still.
Oh, it's so good. Like you will love that show because it's like a no sleep story almost.
Yeah.
But I've been waiting I think 2 years for season 2 because the writer's strike happened and then they just like didn't do anything with it, and like just now they're starting to write stuff, and I'm like, come on. You had so much time.
That's my thing with Attack on Titan. I watched Attack on Titan when it started with Ferdin.
Yeah.
Right? And I finished the first season and was like, I could get into the next one. And season 2 took like 2 years to come out. And I went, well, shit, if I got to wait 2 years, I'll just wait till the show's done. 10 years later, it ended.
Oh my God.
How do you want me to wait 10 years for 4 seasons?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's nuts.
There's part of me though that like likes the rush, and I kind of miss that because I remember when Sherlock was airing and like Tumblr was whipped up into a frenzy about it. Like it was just there was so much time for speculation and
Yeah.
just thinking and being in the fandom and like talking to other people that were also having theories and just like what do you think's gonna happen with this guy? And like
Yeah.
I miss that part of live TV, but I don't
totally-
have anybody that I have live TV shows with right now, you know?
Yeah.
So
Well, because like we talked, if you're not watching something here, like we all got to be on the same platform, and there's 18 fucking platforms, and
yeah, like you can't
who's trying to watch all of it, you know?
Yeah, you can't always be on the same page as your friends, and if you are, like you're not on the same timetable as them.
Yeah. So, oh, I did want to tell you this. One more update. Just a little sprinkle on top.
Sprinkles for the fishes.
X-Men 97,
Uh-huh.
officially the highest rated Marvel project of all time.
Oh shit, okay.
Higher
Wow.
than Endgame, Infinity, like all the shit that they built up. This is rated higher than all of that.
Okay. I know last episode I promised I was gonna watch some of it, and I haven't yet, but I promise I have not given up.
I got someone to watch it at work today, and so I found out I have a talent for making women cry. It seems to be my thing.
A talent?
I seem to do it all the time,
Okay.
but I only really talk to ladies, so I guess it's not a fair assessment, you
Just
know.
make your friends cry. It's fine.
I mean, that's just what I do.
That's your job.
Because I made Mary cry with X-Men, and then I just be making people cry, man.
Everybody needs one friend to make them cry.
We were talking about the fucking, because I knew I'd almost make you cry with the epic saga whatever bullshit. I was all like,
preamble.
I was like, I can make Kelsey cry, but do I want to? You know, like. But anyway, I'll tell you about. Now, I didn't make Taylor cry with this, but Taylor did cry the other day.
Okay.
Because Taylor is having Taylor's tablet trouble.
Oh no.
I thought you'd like a little alliterative stuff there.
I like an alliteration.
Taylor is looking into getting into digital drawing.
Yeah, okay.
Drawing. So she has a tablet. She's got this tablet I bought like 5 years ago, 2019, when I did like the whole UK stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, I think I can draw on that. Well, S Pens for Samsung stuff doesn't work on like older model stuff. They work on the thing it's supposed to work on, and that's it.
Okay.
So she was like, I'll look for a stylus. So she bought a stylus, and on that thing, when you would go to the program, like you'd literally draw, and then you'd see the line draw like just behind you.
Yep.
It'd be delayed, right?
I hate that shit. Like I tried a little bit, I a very little bit when I wanted to get into digital drawing, but I couldn't find an app or a product that like you draw and it responds in time. At least not one that was affordable.
I think it's the device, because she did it on my tablet right here.
Mm-hmm.
Same program, flawless, effortless.
Weird. Okay.
Easy peasy. So it is a hardware thing, not so much a software thing, right? So she goes, maybe I want a tablet.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've offered you so many tablets. You always say no.
You get the manager special.
Maybe it's time, right? So Samsung was doing a thing. You could trade in your tablet, and she was able to get a pretty good one. It was like $300, right? But you had to trade stuff in. And then what do you know about Affirm?
Nothing at all.
It's basically like financing stuff, but like you don't have to get a credit card.
Okay.
It's like the new thing that's out there. Like people are affirming all kinds of shit these days.
Is it like Klarna? I get that on every purchase you make. Okay.
It's like Klarna, but Klarna was like, you pay the first payment today.
Yeah.
And Affirm was like, make the first payment 2 weeks.
Okay.
I was like, okay. So did the trade-in, got the tablet, comes with the pen. Everything's working fucking beautiful. Life is great. She has it 2 days, and I'm like, hey, this weekend, let's go send your old thing to him because we have to trade it in. So the new one comes in, we put your old one in the box, mail it back to him, get the credit for it.
Yeah.
2 days goes by, she gets a brand new case, And we're like, all right, let's put it in there. And she's like, oh, it won't turn on. I guess it's dead. And I was like, we'll go plug it in. She plugs it in. We're playing with it. And I'm like, did you charge it yet? And she's like, I mean, I thought I did. And like, I double click. So on Samsung's, I don't know if Google has it, but the power button that unlocks the screen,
Mm-hmm.
when you double tap it, it opens the camera.
Oh, okay.
So I just double tapped it and you could hear the camera click on. And I was like, oh, this thing is on. But the screen looked like this. The
Oh,
screen is black.
no.
And so we got on all these videos, how to like hard reset it. And you hold down this stuff and then you'd hear all the notifications chime in. Nothing on the screen.
What the
2
hell?
days old.
Why?
No screen. So I was like, well, I don't know. Like, what should we do? What would you do? First thing. What's your thought?
Called support.
We were going to go to Samsung, like
Yeah.
the repair shop that's down the street. And I was hoping that some guy would just be like, that's an easy fix, and just kind of like do it real quick and not really say anything about it.
Yeah.
We walk in and this lady like goes like, so what's the deal? And we tell her and she just like goes, well, I can't really touch it.
Okay.
She was like, but I mean, you said you just got it. Why don't you just mail it back?
Why can't you touch it, King Midas?
Well, because basically she was trying to save us money because she was like, as soon as I touch it, now I'm going to have to call it a repair. And it could be like $100, like hundreds of dollars. Whereas you just bought it, just mail it back. And then it's a free exchange. Like, why would you have me touch it then? Leave. But she was like, just go away. Go away.
I can't touch it. It'll turn to dust.
And I was like, that makes sense. But I was hoping, because there was a really cool guy when we were there the last time, I was hoping he would just be like, man, sometimes you just gotta, because the video I watched said, just fucking bang the hell out of it. And he's just going, whack, whack.
Oh,
and then like
God.
the screen came on.
Okay.
He goes, sometimes you just gotta put it in the freezer 20 minutes and then you give it a nice shiatsu massage. And he's like creaking in on that tablet.
What?
And I was like, these can't be real methods. But
No.
do you remember the Xbox 360 when you'd get the red rings of death?
Uh-huh.
The fix for it, like the down home dirty fix at home, was you would turn it on and you'd wrap it in towels so that it would overheat and it would melt the board back into shape and then it would work again.
Oh my God.
So like there's ways.
Humans are wonderful.
But it's not great,
figuring out how to hack shit like that.
He straight up goes, sometimes you just bang it. And he just goes to his knee and he's like, whack. Just slamming this tablet down. And I was like, I'm not beating the shit out of your tablet. I'm not doing it. But so we mailed it back. But we had to call the line because our whole thing was, well, we did the affirm, but we also did the trade-in. We haven't sent that back yet. So how do we exchange it? Like, do you put the return, like, do you credit the new one? Like, what do we do?
Right.
That was the most excruciating phone call. And I know Taylor already hates getting on the phone.
Me too.
But when you get on the phone with somebody that, like, is the person who's supposed to help you and they don't know what the fuck is going on,
it's the worst.
It's awful.
It's always like somebody with the internet or a piece of technology too. Like they don't, it's their first day as a human being. It's
so
not
she's
a good
straight
time.
up like, well, I sent you a link, click on this link, and that's how we're going to do it. So basically we had to just buy a new one and then she would cancel the old order.
Okay.
So she canceled the old order and sent us a link, but Taylor's like, oh, well, it wants me to sign in. So we signed in and she bought the new tablet. She goes, did you do the link? Taylor's like, yeah, I did the link. And she goes, okay, but did you do it like through that link though? Because I don't see the order. And we're like, well, I mean, I bought a tablet. Like I literally bought it. Like we've already done the affirm and everything again. We bought the tablet. And she goes, but did you use the link? So I thought it was like, oh shit. It's like a special link to get it in her system maybe, right?
Yeah.
So she sends the link again and it just takes you to the Samsung website. So I go, wait a minute. And I was because Taylor at one point was like, shut the fuck up. I'm on the phone. I was like, okay, sorry. But like, finally, I just like, I couldn't stop anymore. And I go, what's the point of the link? Like that, because it's just taking us to the Samsung site. And she goes, yeah, so that you can buy the tablet again. And Taylor's like, I told you I bought the
Got
tablet
it.
like 3 times.
Oh
And
my
she goes,
God.
oh, well, I just don't see it yet, so I didn't think you did it. And she's like, but I already read you the order number.
Woman.
And she goes, but like through the link.
Yes.
And we're like, how do we buy the tablet? Okay,
What's the hang up on
Like-
the link?
like I get that I think she's used to people. Maybe she thinks we don't know how to type in Samsung.com and go to Samsung.com to buy
Okay.
the fucking tablet.
Yeah, she's used
Because-
to like boomers or something.
Basically, she just wanted us to go to Samsung.com. The link had no other purpose than to take you to where you can buy the tablet, but we already knew how to do that.
Was she thinking you were buying it from like bestbuy.com or something?
I don't know.
I bought the tablet from eBay. Can you
don't
credit my
know.
account?
Like, I don't know what she wanted, but I finally just go like, so are we good? She bought the tablet, and what? I just take the old one back, and she goes, yeah, we already did the return on that, which will cancel that affirm order, and then you just send out yours to credit the new one. And I was like, cool, so we're done. And she's like,
Goodbye.
well, you bought it through the link, right?
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. Like every time. But like you use the link, right? Did you get it? I'll send it. She sent Taylor the link like 5 times.
Samsung.com. http://
That's all it was. Like it was ridiculous. Like I thought it was going to be tied to like a certain account or it's like a special return part of the site, you know?
Yeah.
It was just Samsung.com. So anyway, she has a new tablet and life should be okay now.
Good. All right.
And it's cool. Oh man, I should have brought it in here. It's mint colored. You would love it.
Oh, I would love it. Show me after the
Here.
show.
Hang on. I'll just get your picture right here though.
A picture. Yes.
Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 FE mint. I don't like it. No, it's fine. I don't really care about colors of stuff anymore unless it's the Best Buy blue.
I put everything
like-
in a skin. I mean, I got a clear skin for my Pixel because I loved the lemongrass
See?
so much.
I like to do that too, but like there's not really a lot of clear cases for these.
It's a
Yeah, it's
nice,
a nice little
mint
mint.
tablet I'm seeing here. It's very pretty.
Minty.
I don't like
Yeah.
that this screenshot you sent me has a guy like wielding an X-Acto over top of it. That
Yeah,
makes me
he's just
uncomfortable.
like, fucking, you work now.
What is the point of that?
I don't know. But so she got the tablet. Life is good.
Good.
Everything should be fine now. And now she can draw. We'll see
Hell
what
yeah.
happens. That was a whole thing. It's been an eventful week, man.
It has.
Because then I even read a book.
You read a book?
I read a book
Another
again.
Book? What kind of book?
So I'm doing Taylor's book club, even though I don't go
Yes.
to it.
Yeah,
I-
yeah.
I'm just like, what are you guys reading? I'll audiobook it because I have the library card thing now.
Bootleg book club.
So I was reading Good Omens
Uh-huh.
and I was like, well, they've already read it. They've talked about it. This week is this book. I'm just going to return this real quick. Check out the new book. The audiobook for Good Omens was 12 hours. I open up this one. It's 2 hours.
Fuck yeah.
Literally got it done in a single sitting. It was phenomenal.
What
Right.
book?
So it's called Anthem by, I always thought her name was Anne Rand, but it is Ayn Rand.
Yeah.
Okay. By Ayn Rand, right?
Is it pronounced Ein? That's
It
how
is
I've always
Ein.
said it. Okay.
Yes, it is.
It doesn't
And
feel
I only
right.
say Ayn Rand because that was in like an episode of The Simpsons or something like that,
Okay.
right? I start the book and I was like, man, this sounds like really familiar. And I was like, man, I think I know what's going on here. And so I was like, I can't help it. Like, what is this? So I go look it up. What you know about Rush?
Nothing.
Like the band. You know the band Rush.
Oh, the band. Yeah.
Yeah. What you know about Rush?
That they do rock operas?
Yeah. So I was like, this sounds like one of my favorite albums that they have.
Okay.
2112.
Fuck yeah.
Haven't I talked to you about 2112?
Yeah.
Okay. It's the same story.
Okay.
So apparently, the guy in Rush had read Anthem and
Oh,
then kind of like forgot about it, wrote this rock opera thing, and then the drummer was all like, "This is like Anthem, that book you read." And he goes, "Oh shit, it is. I'm gonna put on here then from the genius of Ayn Rand." So he
okay.
credits her in 2112.
Nice.
He then released a song called Anthem on one of their albums. And then Rush created a record label. Don't know if you've heard of them, but they're called Anthem Records.
Oh shit.
This book and Rush did all of that together. It's
They're just
crazy.
deeply entwined. All right.
He fucking really loves this book, Anthem. So I listened to Anthem, and it was fucking, oh man, the concepts, man.
Concept.
Okay, I see why people talk about her in such a like, because I hear her in like a not reverent way, and I
Really?
think it's because it always goes for people.
Hmm. Oh, okay.
Dude, this is like one of my favorite books
Ooh, all right. It was only
for
2
being
hours.
so short. It's a tiny fucking book.
Do you pay for like audiobooks? I don't
Nope,
know
I
how
just
to
do.
get audiobooks.
I do the Libby thing, the cloud
like-
library business.
I
That's it.
wonder if it's an available thing on my e-reader to get audiobooks.
If you got apps, like if you can download apps and you can get your Libby or Cloud Reader or whatever. Because okay, so mine is Cloud Library, which I think I told you, because it's
Yeah.
like different libraries are in different services.
Right.
And I know that the Colony one is in Libby.
Okay.
So you would have to use Libby. So if you can download Libby to your e-reader, then yes.
Can I download it to my phone?
Yeah. I have it on my tablet because I sit here, but I then put it on my phone and I was listening to it in the car and shit.
Everybody does audiobooks and I'm jealous. Like Ismail just started like
It's
doing the
so
audiobook.
Easy.
Yeah. Ismail just started the audiobook for Redwall and I'm like, I want to do that.
know I want to do some Redwall.
Yeah, Redwall is not available on my like ebooks. So I don't know. I want to
know.
get more library cards so I can have more options.
You
But
should, because
I don't know where to go or how to do it. It's so much effort.
because I'd ask my mom. So when
Yeah.
I was little, we went to the library every weekend,
Yeah.
but to different libraries because we had a library card for Plano, Carrollton, Farmers Branch, and the Colony. We had
Okay,
library
shit.
cards to all of them because mom was an audiobook fiend, right? Because she listened going into work like nonstop all the time.
Yeah.
The amount of audiobooks that my mother has gone through would baffle you, man. It's
Let's kill a
nuts.
horse.
So I'm gonna look for Redwall in
Yeah.
here while we're doing this. But so A Tale from Redwall.
There's like 100 Redwall
Oh,
books, by
man.
the way. I typed in Redwall and it was mean, do you mean all of these? And I was like, I don't know where
Series.
to start.
Redwall. And then it says there's nothing here. So I guess maybe they don't have it.
Ismail,
But this
tell
thing
us
is
where you
like
got it.
temperamental. I told you Libby is way better. I loved how Libby worked.
Yeah.
I don't really like how this one works. Cause it's like it won't find anything, and then you just refresh the page and it goes, oh yeah, here's all of them.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
have
like
that
this one.
experience too. Ebooks
Okay.
are harder than
This
they
thing's
should
dumb.
be.
So I do Anthem. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you about it, man. Because I
Tell
mean
me about it.
it's like a 2-hour tiny book. But so it's basically this guy lives in a society where everything's spoken in like the royal we. Everything is we, our, and they, right?
Mhm.
When you were born, you are assigned a job. He was assigned street sweeper. That's all he is. That's it.
Mhm.
Then at 21, you are gifted a mate. You solely reproduce with them. And then by the age of 30, you are considered ancient and you go to the old folks' home and wait to die.
Cool.
That's fucking life,
What a
right?
dream.
And he dreams of being one of the scientist guys. So while he's out street sweeping, he like explores and he finds basically electricity. He finds like wires in like an abandoned subway tunnel kind of thing.
Shit.
And discovers like, oh, there's like power in the, like for some reason when my metal touched it, like something happened and I have to figure it out, right?
Okay.
So he starts like learning about electricity, and he's like, yeah, I find these little glass things with like snakes inside of them, and I don't know what the fuck they are. It's light bulbs, you know? And so like he gets in trouble and he's like, but my transgressions will be forgiven when I bring the council like electricity, whatever this power source is. Like, it's gonna we do everything by candles. We can just be bathed in light all the time. Like, they'll fucking love me.
It's gonna change the world.
And then they'll just say, be a scientist, dude. So he presents it to them and they go, yeah, that's stupid.
Okay.
So what? You research this? And he goes, yes. And they go, then it's bad. Only things we all know are true. If only one person knows it, that's bad. So basically, any original thought is bad. Only the thoughts we all have are okay.
Yeah.
And they were like, do you know how long it took for us to agree that candles were okay? We had to change the plan so many times. Like, we can't change the plan to try to accommodate your thing. We didn't come up with it. It's not okay for us.
All right.
And then he like runs away and starts like living in the woods. And this is like the end of the book already. Like, this is all that really happens. But he goes out, and then of course, like he meets a girl, she follows him, and they have a whole thing. And he finds books in these like abandoned homes, right?
Okay.
And this is the part that fucked me up, dude. Because he's like, everything's we. He said, like, I opened this book and I read this word. And I came to read the word I, and when I realized what that meant, I cried.
Oh.
The idea that you've never even thought of yourself. There's no self in this world. Right?
Yeah.
And then the end of the book is literally just a monologue of just thought after thought after thought to just make you go like, oh, these concepts. He's like, if I could go back in time to whoever wrote these books, whoever did these things, and I could tell them like, we give up I for we. What if I could stop them? What if there were people that saw what was coming and they fought against it, but it was a losing battle? They have a flag waving for free thought and for I and me, and their blood is now just stained upon it for we, you know? And it's this idea of falling into this crowd, and people give up their rights and all this just to say we're this collective and this is okay.
Yeah.
But nothing outside of it is good. And then there's the people that would think that's good, the free thinkers and shit. It blew my fucking mind, yo.
It's good
I
stuff.
love this book, dude. It was really good. You need to like hear the words and shit for it to really do its thing.
It's called Anthem.
Anthem by Ayn Rand.
All right.
And all it did was make me think of because that's my favorite thing about Rush. They have that album 2112, and the first time I heard it, I fucking cried. I thought it was so good.
Yeah.
It's a guy who lives in a world of just, you know, these like temple people control them. They tell them what's what. They have their prophecies, all that junk. And one day he's out like looking through a cave and finds a guitar, and he just like picks it up and doesn't know what it is. And as he plays it, he goes, holy shit, like you can make music. You can make your own music. You can make this beautiful stuff. I got to tell people. And he goes and tells them, and they go, yeah, we know about that. Like, that's what led to old people dying. Like, the reason why they don't exist is because they had shit like that. That doesn't fit in with our homogenized thing. You can't have that.
Get rid of it.
And they destroy the guitar, and then he has like a dream where he sees the world as it was, where people could create music and live their own lives, and then he kills himself rather than live in a world like that anymore.
It's fucked up.
I love 21. Like, I fucking love 2112, dude.
Yeah.
I think about that shit all the time. So then I read this book, and then I was thinking about 2112 again, and I found out there's an edition of that album with a comic book that goes over the story.
What?
And I want to buy that.
Yeah, that's probably expensive on the eBay.
It is $20.
That's it?
Yeah, on eBay it's like $70, but then Amazon's like, well, here's a new copy. I mean, they didn't like stop making this.
Okay.
You just buy one. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'll do that. I don't have money right now,
Yeah.
but I just got paid. So guess what I'm doing? I'm buying a
December
comic
rush,
book.
baby.
I love 2112 so much. And this book is what created that, but it's like it's like its own set of concepts. Dude, Ayn Rand, like, that might be one of the smartest people I've ever encountered. Like the thoughts she put on that page, dude,
Yeah.
are so big.
Next level shit.
I was floored, man. Like, Hobbit can suck, dude. This book was short and amazing.
Eat shit, J.R.R. Tolkien.
Like, psh,
Get
he
on
was
Ayn
fuzzy
Rand's
feet people.
level.
For real. Man, I loved it. I think even though like you kind of know what it's about, so worth a read.
Yeah, I definitely want to. I mean, if it took 2
I
hours
loved
for
it,
an
dude.
audiobook, that would be one that I could easily read.
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
trying
so-
to knock out some shorter books right now so I can get back on my goal for 24 books this year.
That's a solid one, man. Like, Anthem was good. Dude, you got to give me the thing so I can get on there with you. Do the reading app thing where you mark off the things you read.
Oh, Goodreads, yeah.
Goodreads.
I'm on Goodreads. I don't know.
Yeah, I got to do that with you and John.
Yeah, get in there.
Yeah, I want to do that. I mean, it's going to suck compared to you guys. I mean, he reads books at an astronomical
He
rate.
Eats books morning,
know,
noon, and
like,
night.
I don't know how he does it.
God.
Like, I thought I did good with this 2-hour one. It's like, whew, I did one in a day. That's
I
good
know,
enough,
right?
You know,
I've been trying to read a graphic novel for 3 weeks. I just finished the first chapter.
bro, graphic novels are. I get like lost in the art sometimes, and I'm
I
just
know, like,
oh,
there's
yeah,
not
I'm
even a whole
reading.
lot of words in it. I was just like, this is pretty visual, and it's just staring at a page. Like, you get stuck there for 10 minutes.
Yeah. But Anthem, solid.
All right.
Now I got to go back to Good Omens. I returned Good Omens to check out this, and then went, oh shit, it's 2 hours. I'm already done with it, and I was like, well, guess I'll get Good Omens again. So hopefully I can finish that one pretty soon.
All right.
But
Yeah.
Anthem, check it out, kids, and then go listen to 2112 by
Hell
Rush
yeah.
because it's so good. Listen
It's
to
so good.
listen to Rush while you're reading Anthem and just be
Just
conceptualized.
hit it, all at once.
Oh man, I've listened to 2112 like 3 times lately.
It's good, man.
Yeah, it's just a 20-minute song. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's
We
fine.
like a long song.
We do. So that's your book. If you just want a quick one, I mean, I would like to go purchase this book and have it on the shelf. I loved it. I want to own that book.
Mm.
I want this book. That's all I got, man.
All right. That's all I
That's
got
it.
for you too.
So there you go. With that, would you
Well.
like to would you like to finally try to find these Redwall audiobooks?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that as soon as we get off here.
These little fucking mice are hiding somewhere. I'm gonna get them. I gotta navigate. We talked about this before the end of the show, before we got here.
We need to streamline our channels for these.
I know. It's a wreck. Okay. If you loved this episode, I want you to please tell a friend about us because word of mouth is the best and kind of the only way we get the good YMBToAP into brand new ears such as yours and your friends. Tell your friends about us. Don't you love your friends? Don't you want your friends to have a good time? Aren't you having a good time? Bring your friends. Come on. We release weekly every single Monday. We're here for you and for your friends. If you want to talk to us, you can catch us on the Instagram where YMBToAP over there. That stands for You Must Be Thinking of Another Podcast. That's the podcast you're listening to right now. If you are in the know, in the secret club, you can hit us up on Discord. All of our besties live in Discord. What do you want to talk about, Discordians? Do you want to talk about Survivor? Do you want to help me like make my audition
Prep.
tape for Survivor? You wanna take a mold tour? Send us pictures of your mold. Don't do that. Don't send us pictures of your mold. Tell us if you're into Outlander. You know, I want to know what you guys are into. Are you into the Scottish guys? Are they Scottish?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
Jamie's Scottish as fuck. Love him.
Okay, yeah. Let us know if you're into fucking Scottish. And I've lost. Here it is. Okay, thank you, of course, always to our patrons. Our patrons are the best part of the show. It's why we keep doing it, because we love you guys so gosh darn much.
Look at your names right down there. We
Look at
love
your names.
you.
They're in the little scrolly thing. If you missed it, go back and just rewatch the episode. You know, it's good for both of us.
Yeah.
Also, don't forget chicken wings. If you want us to eat spicy chicken wings, get in the Discord for only $2. I feel like we should have charged more or made more patrons come in.
I mean, frankly, we got 2 tenors, right?
No,
Out
we
of
got
this?
2 tours.
Well, sucks for that.
Yep.
But if one of them upgrades.
If one of them upgrades, then we'll talk.
So wait. So wait. If 2 people join, but one of
Uh-huh.
them upgrades,
Mm-hmm.
that's technically the 3, right?
Not technically.
Or does an existing person from the moment of start have to
I think an
upgrade?
existing person needs to bump up, or we get 3 new ones.
Okay, fair enough. We're just looking on that third one then.
Waiting on you. It's literally up to you. You listening, watching right now.
The
I'm talking to
power
you.
is yours.
And yours alone.
There's just some 90s stuff for all you old people. But with that, our theme song is The Grim Reaper Blows the Horn by Faraj. Please check him out on YouTube and tell him how awesome he is, because he's so good. He makes the good tunes that have been coming in. Can't say it like that. That the song's been entering your ears every week for 5 years, and it is so good, and I love it so much. So as always, thanks for listening, and tune in next time to get the answer to that burning question. Is that mold?